Last but not least, number 4. Now, I just wanted to point out here that in our list of standards, number 4 says to write a quadratic function. We did this a little bit in the last section as well, but when we're writing these functions, we're kind of touching on this standard A.CED.2, which is I can create, graph, and compare linear, quadratic, and exponential functions. But the key here is we're working on the create piece. So if we're creating these functions, this is kind of where this standard comes in, and then we're also going to see it come in more in the next section, which is 3.7. But number 4, write a quadratic function in standard form whose graph satisfies the given conditions. And the given condition is that it has to have a vertex at -3, 4. So if we look at this graphically, -3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my vertex. Now, it didn't give me anything else. That's all I got. So could this graph point up? Yeah. Could this graph point down? Yeah. Could this graph be skinny? Yeah. Could this graph be wide? Yes. But for the sake of what we're doing, I'm going to go with the easiest option. I'm going to make it point up, and I'm going to make it just the a value probably be 1, and you're going to see why. So I know it says that we have to write it in standard form, but I wasn't given standard form. I wasn't given anything. I was just given a vertex. So before I can actually get to standard form, I'm going to start with vertex form. So let's go into the vault, find some old notes, vertex form. Y equals a x minus h squared plus k. Remember the vertex here is h, k. So the vertex we were given is -3, 4, and that's going to be my h, and that's going to be my k. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to say, okay, y equals a x minus -3, so plus 3, squared, plus k, which is 4. Now, remember I said this graph, we got the vertex. Essentially, we're done. But we have that a there, and I don't know what a should be. They didn't give us any other information to tell us, does it open up, does it open down? Does it go over 1 up 2? Does it go over 1? They didn't give us anything. So for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to choose a equals 1. I'm just going to choose that because that's going to be my easiest option here. Is it the only option? No. Is it the easiest option? In my opinion, yes. So y equals 1 times x plus 3 squared plus 4. And that's great. That's an equation that has a vertex of -3, 4. But they said standard form. Is that in standard form? No. So in order to get it in standard form, we need to multiply it out. In order to do that, you can't add the 4 to anything in here because this is in parentheses. And if you're using, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, parentheses and exponents come first. Now, remember, if you have something like x plus 3 squared, you cannot distribute that squared. We had this conversation. It doesn't work. So the way we do that is we write it twice. So y equals x plus 3 times x plus 3, and then we'll just leave that 4 hanging out. If we're going to multiply this, we distribute. So I'm going to take the x times the x squared, x times the 3, 3x. Then we're going to take the 3 times the x, 3x, 3 times the 3, 9. We're going to combine like terms. 3x plus 3x is 6x. And then we're going to drop down the 9, and we're going to drop down the x squared. Now, that's just this piece right here. So then we're going to bring our plus 4 down, and we're going to combine like terms once again. So now we can put together the 4 and the 9. So we're going to have y equals x squared plus 6x plus 9, 10, 11, 13. And that is your quadratic function in standard form that has a vertex of, what do we say, -3, 4. And if you don't believe me, you can check it using your x equals the opposite of b over 2a. So x equals opposite of b over 2a is -6 over 2, which is -3. Oh, look at that. And then you could substitute the x back into the function and you would get 4. I'm not going to do that right now. But anyways, your answer is that right there. Last but not least, letter B. Write a quadratic function that passes through -9, 0, -2, 0, and 420. Okay, so let's try to eyeball this and see what's going on. So -9, -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, -2, 0, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, -4, 3, 4, 20. Okay, so take a look at what you were given. Were you given a vertex? And the answer is no. Because remember, a vertex is like in the middle. So last time we started with vertex form. I don't think that's going to work this time because that's not a vertex. The middle of -2 and -9 is like, I don't know, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's right like in the middle here. So there's your middle, which means this guy has really got to go up even further and then come down. And I didn't even hit it. That vertex should be like right over here. And then go. So we're given a point. We're not given a vertex. I don't know where that is. But we are given x-intercepts. So because we're given x-intercepts, we're going to use intercept form. Okay. Y equals a, x minus p times x minus q. Now, your p and q are right here. It doesn't matter which one's p, it doesn't matter which one's q, but let's say p is -9, q is -2. So y equals a, x minus p. So x minus -9 plus 9. X minus -2. So x minus -2, x plus 2. Now, in our last example, we said that a was 1 because that was easy, that was simple, that was great. Can we do that this time? And the answer is no, because we were given another point. We have to satisfy that condition. So a in this case is a very specific number. We need to find it. So the way we're going to find it is by using our other point, and our other point is x comma y. So -420 is an x and a y, and we're going to substitute those down here. So xy, y is 20, equals a. X is -4 plus 9, -4 plus 2. Now we can use that to solve for a. So let's see. 20 equals a times -4 plus 9, 8, 7, 5. -4 plus 2 is -2. So 20 equals 5 times -2 is -10a. And then divide by -10. So a equals -2. Now, if a is -2, I'm going to take that back up. I'm going to find my function. The function I want is this guy right here. So now I'm going to have y equals negative 2 x plus 9 x plus 2. Now, for the sake of what we're doing, if it had just said write a function, you're done. But the problem is they said write a function in standard form. That's not standard form. That's intercept form. So we have to do standard form. Okay, we're going to multiply it out. Now, this has a negative 2. This has an x plus 9. It has an x plus 2. You cannot multiply all three of these at the same time. So we're just going to do 2 at a time. I'm going to start with these two, and I'm going to distribute. So I'm going to start with my x times x squared. X times 2, 2x. Then I'm going to go to my 9 times x, 9x, 9 times 2, 18. Combine like terms, 9x plus 2x, 11x, and then drop down your plus 18 and drop down your x squared. Now, put that back in parentheses, because now you're going to take this negative 2 and you're going to multiply it through. So, negative 2 times x squared, negative 2x squared, negative 2 times 11x, negative 22x, negative 2 times 18, negative 36. And then y equals, and that is your function in standard form that passes through the x-intercepts of negative 9 and negative 2, and also negative 420.